Hello. Hope everyone is okay who watches this video and the rest of the world. Hope everything's going alright. What did I want to say? I'm talking about one of my subjects again. Mind control. Should be taught in school. Should be taught from an early age about mind control, how to avoid it and so forth. Sorry, the dog. Yeah, nah, the dog doesn't matter. For now, she's only scratching at the door. Yeah, everyone should learn about mental health and mind control and disabilities from the school age, and how these corporations and that are run, and corruption in business and stuff, so they know how to watch out for it, and they know how to report different aspects and criminal workings of the whole scheme. Let me let the dog in. Wait there. Come in. The dog's in, just watching me, aren't you, pal? She probably wants one of these biscuits. Yep. So, yeah, corruption. What I want to do next time is tomorrow or the day after, go and get a video camera and start just recording random things, but maybe asking people questions in the street what they think about mind control and that. So it should be interesting with my, because when I'm around people, sometimes I might get a bit wackier, so my charismatism might come out a bit more if I'm speaking to a random person, especially about a subject that I'm learning quite a bit about. So I'll say, do you reckon mind control? Get off. Do you reckon mind control exists? And stuff like that. And what do you think about our government? Do you think they're good? Do you think it should be disassembled? And stuff like that. I'll probably get some rude comments and some not nice people, but I'm sure I'll meet lots of nice people too. They'll probably think I'm crazy. I'll also say, do you realise the UK and other countries around the world are experimenting on people, doing psychological experiments and physical experiments on people, a lot of them without their knowledge. They're being drugged, they're being injected with radioactive substances, they are radioactive, they're all sorts. They're using hypnotism, they're using coercive psychology, they're using a whole, she's grabbed my leg now, they're using a whole bunch of different techniques for mind control to see if they can dissociate one part of the mind to another, to try and well, basically it sends people mental, most of them, but they want to do it until it's perfected, until it doesn't send someone mental and they can fully control their mind at the same time. That would be the perfect thing for them, and I don't reckon they've managed to do that yet. I reckon they managed to cause all sorts. She's rolling around now. She's excited because I'm speaking to the camera and not her. She gets very, very jealous. My dog. She's a very jealous girl. Yeah, spoke to my mental health worker today, and I think she believes most of what I say, but she's like, I don't want to believe it because there'd be no point in me doing my job. I said, of course there'd be a point in you doing your job. You're a very nice lady and you want to help people. It's just the system isn't designed to really help people properly, and the only people that really know it are the people that are in the system. And then the people that are in the system start saying, yeah, these antipsychotics, they're really helping me. They've really helped me out. Because from the outside, looking in on the people think, oh, they seem a lot better. They're a lot less anxious, and they're a lot less energetic. They don't move around as much, so they must be much better. That's not the case at all. They're still thinking the same thoughts. They're just sedated to such an extent. They're not bothered if they eat some food that might be tampered with and so forth, especially if they've had their food drugged in the first place. If you've had your food or your drink drugged, surely you're not going to want to eat food that's been given to you by strangers, or drink a drink around a stranger without watching it. and so forth. So that's just a natural self-defense mechanism. And I'm sure every targeted individual has that problem where I'll keep an eye on my drink, I'll keep an eye on my food. Because of that, I've had pinholes in my burger things somehow. I don't know how that's happened, but there's been, very hard to notice, pinholes put in my burgers. Goodness knows how that happened. Cereal packets sliced open even though they're sealed on the box. Little things like that have happened. So there could be other explanations for it, but it seems like it's a target at you when it's been delivered to you. So it could have been tampered by the delivery man, could have been tampered by someone that works in the shop, could have been tampered by anyone. But goodness knows what was in there, or if someone just put a pinhole in to piss me off. So those are the things that you naturally get paranoid about. And my mental health worker said to me today, yeah, I can understand why you get paranoid about all them things, because I would. For instance, I used the example of this biker geezer I saw. I was walking the dog and he came out of this kennel, or alleyway if you want to call it, and he was holding a bike helmet in one hand and a loaf of bread in the other hand. And I thought to myself, how come he's got a bike helmet if he's gone to the shop to get bread and he's left his bike at home? Just a strange thing. Those are the little strange things that all add up. They seem like nothing at the time. Now she wants to get out. Just one second. Yeah, they seem like nothing at the time, but when they all add up in your head, there's something. And then it's too much for coincidence when all these things happen. Could have been, there's so many other explanations for what it could have been, but it was just strange. I'm wearing a jumper that my mum's knitted for me, which is pretty cool. I wanted to add. Yeah, so it's a strange world, and I know all my paranoias here, if I talk about them on video, are going to sound a bit deluded to some people because they haven't been through the system of the sensitization and so forth to get to this point with all the triggers and things that are set. Even people mentioning certain numbers trigger me off. If I see certain numbers on people's shirts, for instance, it will trigger me off. Like, it will change something in my brain and I'll be like, it's strange, very strange, but they've been set along the way. So yeah, numbers, colours, smells, everything, it's all been set. Musical sounds, all sorts. I love music. That makes me feel better, and I think it probably makes a lot of you feel better. Dance to some music, it'll make you relax. Dancing is a very therapeutic thing to do. So that's what I do a lot of the time. I look like a maniac, but I dance to myself. I went so mad at one point, I was just stood in the kitchen dancing at night. I'd come down for a smoke, and I'd be just dancing in the kitchen, just moving around, because I felt that anxious about the things that had happened. And I'd be like, what the fuck? You've got to be crazy to deny any of that happening and say it's you being psychotic, because then you're sort of, I don't know, it's just a strange thing to do. It's like you're deceiving yourself. If you tell yourself this stuff isn't real, you're lying to yourself. But that's what the psychiatric system wants you to do. Not necessarily my mental health worker. She wants me to believe what I want, which is lovely, and that's the best thing. I think everyone should believe what they want to believe, as long as it's not harming anyone else. Everyone should have different thoughts. Everyone should have different neural pathways going on. Not all the same, which we've been conditioned to since birth and since school and so on. We should all be enjoying life, but in our own way. We should all think outside the box, I reckon. This is not an order, but lots of people are very analytical. But I think we should always have our imagination and think, well, what if that could happen? What if this doesn't? You don't necessarily have to believe it fully, and I think people should be entitled to change their beliefs continuously, not following an organised religion or anything like that. I think people should be entitled to not feel judged if they believe something completely different.